I grew up in the really rural Kisii. A place called Masimba Nyamagesa. Went to school there, primary school, standard 1 to 8. It was called Ibacho Primary School. From Ibacho, passed, went to Kisii High School. Ibacho, I was like a prefect. I had issues there, bad and good. Some very funny issues in that place where we were. I would make, not a joke really, realistic, that so and so has done a mistake. Can he also be punished like me? If I'm punished or another person is punished, I didn't like to see somebody punished for the same reason that another one is exempted. I felt bad because we are here, 20 students who are very young, small boys and girls. So finished there with its own issues. Finished, went to Kisii High School, the prefect of our dining hall, giving people foods. You know that is very influential in those high schools. If you don't give anybody food, they really would deal with you bad. And I still knew that I didn't want to do anything that can hurt students. Neither did I want to be pro the school if there were wrong events, wrong things. During my high school, Kisii school, we had a course, and I think when you are young, we had a course in agriculture, which was examinable Form 4 that time. So these Peace Corps, there were Peace Corps. The Peace Corps are these guys, you know them, the ones who come from the US and actually help. Then we had to do agriculture in detail, quite in details in that place. And I kind of left and went to university to study in the US, to study environment, agriculture, and weed science in those areas. So it was almost by influence of the Peace Corps who were there and doing mechanical agriculture, and also welding in the workshops. We had a very nice, beautiful workshop where we were actually going to be training, growing crops and putting some trials to see how they perform, putting different manures and see how best the crops can come through, doing some irrigation to see whether that irrigation has an impact. Then it just continued on through. So when I joined the other university, when I went now to the university, I realized that it's a very nice combination in my own thinking. Environment, then agriculture. Those two, you can just do that and then mess up fields. Then I did weed science using pesticides, chemicals, herbicides. The reason I think students would get along with me, I would say about 3 of them. Number one, I was extremely clear on informing them of my expectations, most likely at the very first time they report. I made a stand to them and told them to start thinking that they are now graduating at the 5th year or 6th year or 4th year. So they knew my stand from the beginning that you are working and we are on a journey of success. Number 2, whenever they came to me, I really had open door offices. I did not see myself as a high-towered, Vice Chancellor or principal that time, because I was there as a deputy principal. I used to counsel them whenever I had any opportunity to teach and talk to them. Then the last one is that I had staff, Senate, and teaching members of staff really with me all along. I never made a decision whether closure or whether Christmas vacation or anything else without continuous consultations, particularly with Senate. And then Council knew me, worked with them very well. Our late first chairman of Council, Stephen Mulinge, I would brief him every so often. If there is anything, I never left them out. So really what I'm saying is this: I would link to the students, to the staff, very closely. Then I would link to the Council. And then eventually we had a Chancellor who was President Moi that time for a long time. I was really there until Kibaki was there, Chancellor for me for about 6 months. But then our Chancellor, when we had issues, we could call actually, a few times. Sir, I have an issue here. I'm your deputy and I like to get advice on 1 or 2, 3. But seldom did I do that because I would have solved those problems within Senate and also my deputy Vice Chancellor.
Tharaka University, education for freedom.